everyone, welcome back to another episode of Average Joe's Magic. For those of you returning, we are going to be playing the Abzan Midrange deck that I presented on the Deck Tech. Made a few changes. Let's take a look here. Really the changes just come here in the mana base. I was looking back over it and noticed we didn't have any fast lands, so figured we should probably add some fast lands in there. Then also took out the 2 treetop villages, added 1 shambling vent, that way we keep the silent clearing. So only 1 mana land, but I don't know, let's just see how that goes. Let's get into a game. So you'll notice that in the tournament room, we may not see exactly any tiered level decks, but that's okay because we're actually also not a tier level deck, so it's a good time, and you can see some really cool stuff in this room here. So it looks like we will be playing on the draw here. We lost the die roll. So as we look at this hand, I generally don't like to keep 1 land hands, but we actually have a lot of action here in the first 4 turns, give or take. So I think this is a good enough keep. Especially in the blind. So depending on what we're playing against, and if we hit a second land drop, that would be actually really nice. Looks like we're playing against Infect. So this is actually a great starting hand versus Infect. There's some like Pendlehaven, Noble Hierarch, and we hit our second land drop. That's going to be actually just perfect. So let's go ahead and hit this Inquisition here. This is pretty easy. They only have 1 creature, so I think that's clearly the choice. If they had more than 1 creature, I'd be apt to take this scale up, or even the blooming defense possibly. Obviously next turn we're going to take a bunch of stuff, so we'll take the Blighted Agent for now. And ship the turn back to them. So let's see if they opt to just pump this Noble Hierarch. Oh no, it looks like they hit another creature, so there is that. Obviously next turn will definitely be, I wanted to play the Noble Hierarch and hit with another Inquisition here, but it looks like we're going to have to Inquisition Thoughtseize in order to stay alive and be able to kill this Glistener Elf without protection. Which I'm glad they put their defenses down. It's actually going to be really good. That's even better. So let's go ahead and Inquisition first, that we don't get blown out by who knows. We'll go ahead and take the scale up. Push the Glistener Elf. And now we're just kind of off to the races, hoping we find some threat of some sort. But this was actually just a great hand. Dumb luck, honestly. Again, normally you don't want to keep hands like that, but I think in this case, paid off for us. Better lucky than good is what some friends and I always say. So let's see if they go ahead and pump here. I imagine they will. I don't know why they wouldn't. Unless they just save the Blossoming Defense here. But it looks like we should be able to... Okay. So let's just go ahead and Thoughtseize here. See what we got. Groundswell, Blossoming Defense, Blossoming Defense. I'm likely just going to take this Groundswell, right? Play this Noble Hierarch. And we'll give them the chance here to trade this off. If they decide to attack, we know that they want to. And I guess it's a free attack anyways. Can't really block with the Hierarch here. Glistener Elf maybe. Lighted Agent. It's okay. That is okay. So what is it? 2, 4, 5, 6. 6 Infect potentially at worst next turn. Yeah, I think this is going to work out really well for us. We'll see what they want to do. I assume they'll get rid of their Noble Hierarch. But we'll offer them the opportunity. I mean, we could still just die to... Well, I guess not. Now that I think about it. If they would have hit a land this turn, or any of the turns before, we could still just die to a top deck groundswell, or scale up. So, in that scenario, we would have played this Path to Exile. But I think that anytime you have an opportunity to play an uncontested Liliana the Veil, you should probably do it. Let's see what they decide to go for. Yeah, so there's their land. They can pump with Pendlehaven, hit with a Blossoming Defense. They probably won't because they want to save those Blossoming Defenses, and they're probably going to kill Liliana right here. Yeah. Alright, so we have this land here. I think what we're going to do is go ahead and hit the Grim Flare. And then we'll just pass the turn and see what they want to do here. So they should crack here, would be my guess. They won't. As soon as we have an opportunity, we just don't have a lot of choices here. We need another removal to get through the double Blossoming Defense. There's a land. That should give them pump, 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 would be my guess. So what is this? 2, 4, 5, 6, potentially. Let's see what they want to do. My guess is they will. Yeah, they'll pump there. Keyword here, Hexproof versus Shroud. Hexproof only has prevents me from interacting with it, but they can still interact with it. Shroud, nobody can target it, including them. So here comes the Blossoming Defense number 1. They might save the second Blossoming Defense that they have for the next turn. That way they can use Pendlehaven again and get a +3, but they might not also. They might just go with this. 2 Infect, I think we can live with that. We could probably even get them to waste a pump spell here, which I don't hate doing. Let's see what they want to do. You never want to interact with them on combat. Odds are they're going to win that fight. So here we've got them to waste a Blossoming Defense. So now, we just saved ourselves a turn. Yeah, no problem. What they're going to want to do here is potentially wait to crack that, but as soon as they do crack that, we're feeling pretty good about ourselves. So let's see if we can go and find a removal here with the Grim Flare attack. Let's see. good there. Let's see what they're going to do. I doubt that they'll crack this. It's actually just game over if they do. Yeah. So I've got 2 pump spells. One of them is Blossom Defense. There's not a chance that we're dead here at all. Even with the scale up, I think we're okay. Yeah, so there's that. So again, remember, we're not going to interact in combat. Potentially we'll fire this off at the end of the turn. See what they want to do. Yeah, so they're holding that protection spell. We'll go ahead and fire this off here. And this will give them an opportunity also to get a Dryad Arbor, probably off of this Windswept Heath. Let's fire this Blossom Defense. Yep, sounds good. No problem. Got the Kaya's Guile. So this is the tricky part, right? Is if we fire this thing off, they could just get this Dryad Arbor with this Windswept Heath, and that could potentially be a problem. As they'll likely just sack that instead of the Blighted Agent. But we don't know what they have in their hand either. And they can only take... So we'll put that in the graveyard. Probably put that in the graveyard. We'll put this on top. Alright, let's see what they want to do. If they crack this, we're firing it off. Okay. We got 2 cards, unknown. Now we're at 4 Infect, which is a little bit dangerous. We'll see where we're at. See what they decide to do. So we'll go ahead and take the 1. Okay, they'll pump. We'll go to 6 Infect. Inkmoth Nexus. Let's see if we can see what they want to do here. Likely fire this up, sacrifice it. You know, we've got them on a 2-turn clock, so okay, well that works too. Surprised they didn't fire up the Inkmoth there. I think we can safely play the Lingering Souls and leave up Fatal Push as well, so I don't hate that. Alternatively, they could fire this up to try to save themselves, but we'll see what we got off the top. Yeah, we don't want any of that. So we'll do white, black, white, play this Lingering Souls, and we should be good. I don't see how we lose from here. Yeah, that's game.